Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, BB fam. Second. That's funny. Yep, we got CPI and PPI this week. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Kevo? What's up, Sand? What's up, Alex? Our first Bueller Buys movie night was a success. It was a little scuffed, but the movie was so good that it was a success. So it all worked out. And yeah, we'll have to do another one. We should do one where it's like if people hit 50 likes this time instead of 40, we'll do 50 likes this time. Just to make it a little harder, because I thought 40 was going to be impossible for y'all, but we'll have to do 50 now. And then do another movie night. Because that was genuinely so fucking fun. And I was honestly impressed how many people showed up. I mean, at one point, there was 15 people watching this movie. It was crazy. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but like that's a lot for like a random ass movie night. And not even in the main server, in a side server. I was like, okay, people actually want to do this. We should do a weeknight. I'm kind of leaving it up to the polls, honestly. I'm just gonna do a poll every single time. So next time we hit the light goal or whatever, I'll do another poll in the core server again, and everybody can just let us know. Next time though, I am definitely going to be doing it a little bit earlier than I did because I I went into that not really thinking, to be honest. We were like, yeah, let's do a movie at like nine my time, and which is like 10 EST. And then we watched a 2.5 hour movie, and it was like, okay, wait. Next time we should probably do a little bit of a earlier start is what I should have said. So I think next time I'll do it like 8 my time. Like that'll be like the latest we do it. So even though a long movie, it won't be like super long. Like we won't be like up at 11. I just don't want to keep people up, because some people have kids and shit like that. So, and yeah, and we'll also do a vote on the movie as well. So if we hit the like goal, we'll do that again. But yeah, we'll do it just like we did last time. I feel like that was actually really well done. Just doing it on votes, whatever everyone votes, we do. Good morning, Garden. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Get in here. Make sure you guys check out the right channels in the Discord. I already went into the levels channel and posted stuff about Spy. As you notice, I'm kind of done posting the larger time frame on Spy until we actually need it. So I'll just keep doing short term stuff till then. The key area for direction is between Friday's open and Friday's 50%. So this area right here kind of decides direction, but I'm definitely not going to down anybody for taking shorts under this level towards this level. If anybody ends up looking at that this morning, that's totally fine. Just understand this is a pretty hard stuck level until we actually see some more selling underneath. So you want to see that initiate first, then you can start to look for retest. Vice versa, bullish. I don't really know what else to say. Bullish. We're going up. Um, but yeah, so focus on this area for where you're making your decisions from and where you're taking your extra confirmations from. So if you have a hold of this area and then you see something else on top of that later on in the day or at lunchtime or something like that, take advantage of that context that, oh, we already know this area is bullish. So yeah. But yeah, check out the game plan on Spy. Also posted a daily watch list for Coin, Tesla, Nvidia, and Netflix. I'll probably go in there and start try to find another fifth ticker that's not even on this list, just to add into that because I kind of want to do 5 a day. 4 a day is fine, but 5 will be perfect. So make sure to go look at that if you're interested in short-term scalp day trade type stuff. If you're in the VIP section, I posted SPX with key levels and a game plan, targets, and everything. It's pretty much the exact same plan as Spy, except the numbers are going to be different. Like your levels are the same, where I'm grabbing them from are the same. The option chain is different. The volatility is different, but the template of the chart is pretty much the same. And then I also posted IWM daily just because I thought it was interesting how there's an inside bar on the daily on the small caps chart as markets pushing higher. So that's just a cool thing to look at. not just today, but for the week. You know, that could be information you use going into Wednesday if you want. So make sure to keep IWM on the list if you want. And yeah, I've looked at a couple of things as well, but we're going to probably switch around a bunch of charts today as well. I also didn't do any sector updates. The reason for that is just because it's kind of obvious what's going on. There's not really much more I can really talk about besides, oh, this is going up. You know, tech is up. It's not really much more. And if you've gone into the channel sectors and swings, I'm not doing this to like toot my own horn, but I've pretty much just maintained being bullish on that chart the entire time because I really haven't seen anything wipe us out and say, hey, we're going down, right? We've had a couple moments where we've definitely been like, oh, we could slow down here, right? We've talked about that back here. We talked about it during this rally here. We talked about it when this candle popped up. You know, slowdowns are definitely possible, meaning like a rejection and then like a consolidation period. You know, they bounce again, they come back down, they bounce again. We got that once over here. We have not gotten that since. So they've been kind of killing it in the tech sector. Comms haven't been taking away from the rally until the end of last week. The beginning of this week will really help pick up the tempo for the overall market. If this is in fact bouncing to go to all-time high again, if this is going to keep fading away, this will kind of take away some of the pressure of that tech rally. Go on to your bank sector chart. If you could see here, they have also been cooling off the past 2-3 days of last week, similar to how this chart was. Again, kind of taking away from the tech rally. So the bank's kind of pulling away from this. Discretionary, last 2 days of last week, also slowing down. Industrials, not just slowing down, but even pulling back. Healthcare, slowing down and pulling back. Staple, I think you guys can see where I'm going with this. The beginning of this week really is important because if these other sectors are still bouncing or moving higher, then that should add on to the already continuing higher tech sector. Correct? We all get that. I feel like that's pretty simple. That wasn't that complex. But we can see that though, right? We can see, wow, look how badass this chart's going up. And remember, this is the most important one. It weighs the most, not just on your SPY chart, but in your triple Q as well. So it's very important for both of these, for the general part of the market. But if we can get a combined effort, let's say C starts bouncing, F stops falling and it starts bouncing today, discretionary starts pushing through this, industrials, healthcare, you know, maybe even staple, literally just any other combination of sectors, not just K, moving up or bouncing would be a really good thing for the overall market. Again, seeing all this happen would probably bring some pretty clear and continuation green candles to the upside, as well as on your tech chart. And then what's cool about your small caps chart, why I was saying it's cool there's an inside bar here, is because your small caps are probably going to be a lot of your weights that are teetering. So it makes sense that you have an inside bar in your small cap chart. It just makes sense compared to what when you kind of piece the sectors together, what's potentially going to happen on these, and then you look at your small caps, like, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, let me know if that made sense. Hopefully that was somewhat helpful. If I say you know, it's my fault. Yeah, pretty clear analysis on that. Not like super complex stuff. Just if the other sectors start bouncing, I don't see what would stop us because tech has been flying off the handle. There's no reason to, you know, be bearish on that until we see something else, you know, step up and say, hey, we're breaking support, we're doing this, we're doing that. We need more context. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Data J? What's up, Lilu? Good to see you guys. I think I'm going to bump it by 5, not 10. For the movie night thing. There you go. I pinned it. Good morning. Good morning. If you guys just missed it, I just gave brief summaries on everything that was posted in the Discord, and then we just went over SPY, some of the sectors that make up SPY, a little bit of triple Q, a little bit of IWM. And yeah, we got about 4 minutes till the open. Make sure you guys get in here, drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around. If you're somebody who actually does share the stream link around, you actually have done that second part. Thank you, seriously, because that's like the only way I grow my channel. I don't really run ads because it's probably one, a waste of money, but two, it's just going to bring the wrong kind of people in here. And then two, if you start to like kind of self promote yourself in like an aggressive way, like let's just only post gains, let's only show the bright side of our Discord. You know, you kind of bring in a bunch of idiots. I don't want a bunch of idiots in here. I want like-minded people who are just trying to grow and learn. You know, people who actually have something to give or want to work on something, not really looking for a handout. So, and really, the only effective way of getting those kind of people is just finding people like that and having them share the stream link around, because you're never gonna just share a link somewhere and be like, all right, hopefully 1,000 really awesome people join this. No, it's going to be slowly over time that you pick up people like that. You're not going to find, you know, a large crowd of those kind of people. Not all at once, at least. So yeah, if you share the stream link around, seriously, thank you, because that really is what I'm going for on that. I don't really care about, oh, I hope we get more likes and stuff. I mean, that's cool too, but it's really so you get more like-minded traders in here. If I was to run ads or go aggressive posting, you know, here's some gains from our chat, here's this, here's that, you're really just gonna bring a bunch of numbsuckles or no, I can't even fucking speak. I was gonna say knuckleheads, and then I was trying to say numb whatever. I don't know what I was trying to say, and then I combined them both. That was just all kinds of confusing. Let's just shut up and move on. What's up, Letterbuck? Yo yo yo, the famous yo yo yo, the famous not so famous. Got a little under 2 minutes before the market opens. Again, make sure you guys check the Discord, SPX, SPY, IWM, Coin Tesla, Nvidia, Netflix. All those posted. If you're in here to chill, we just went over the sectors and a couple of the charts that we're looking at. Market opens in about a minute and a half. Make sure to say good morning. Let us know what you guys are looking at. And yeah, as I said already, like the stream, share the stream. I got to go add emojis on everybody's morning post. It's a good hand workout, honestly. Good morning, Michael. Good to see you, dude. Sorry, I'm looking around. I'm also going to have financial juice ready and all that other stuff ready. For anybody who actually still gives a shit, Iran deployed deep roaming submarines in Strait of Hormuz. Oil is up on that news. Stocks held up despite rising oil costs and increased bond yields after the U.S. and Iran failed to reach an agreement to stop the Middle East war. This is as of 47 minutes ago. Remember, guys, your main key area for movement today is from here. Of course, you could short from your previous day control point down to your previous day open. I'm not stopping you there. But this is your main key area for direction for the overall day when you're zoomed out. Yeah, we have CPI, we got PPI, we got all kinds of junk this week. Tomorrow is your core CPI and usual CPI. That's what I call it. Then you have your core PPI, normal PPI on Wednesday. Thursday, you got jobless claims. Also, Thursday's a really big day because the new Fed chair takes over that day. Thursday going into Friday. And then I believe China is in Trump. Trump is in China. Jesus, I can't speak. Trump is in China middle of this week. Then there's the summit on Friday. There's a lot of shit this week. But hey, you guys don't have to hear me say earnings, 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 because for the most part, a lot of your big boys are behind us now. There are still a shit ton of earnings this week on all kinds of companies, but it's not on 12 trillion to 18 trillion dollars of the market. So looking good on that. I'll let you guys know when we get a briefing.com update. I'll read that out. But yeah, not surprising to see a large green candle emerging from the 50% of the previous day. It's actually why these are the two important levels of each day. Kind of a cheat code that you even have these every day. It's nice when they're actually like this and they're spaced out, or when they're really, really close together. So you can actually kind of use them as one, or trade from one to the other. But overall for the day, there's no reason to be bearish unless we see a break of this. Even if, let's say, even if you weren't a trader who marks this level the way we do, just look at the price action. Price came up, it kind of sat here, built a bunch of hammers, built another hammer, bullish hammer, built up again here. So there's definitely consolidation that moved back up to make that high before it ended here that end of day, right? End of day on Friday. So, there's already known information, known context, known, support holding here. So it shouldn't be surprising to see it still holding. We just also happen to have the 50% of previous day there. Saucy week, yeah. Honestly, though, it's still not as saucy as the past 2 weeks, so I'll take this week. Because we're still kind of in the same seat on the Iran situation. I don't have to talk about earnings as much now, so it's like, I don't know. There's still a lot of shit, but yeah. I guess I can't really say like, oh wow, we bounced already near previous day high. Like, it's really not that big of a range. 736.33 to about 738. It's a little over $1.50. And remember what I said in the pre-market prep guides. A lot of the sector analysis is really, really important. We know tech is bullish. We know tech is moving higher, but it's literally every other sector that is not going up. So be careful on that. Healthcare, nice little green open today, nice green candle today, but it's on the back end of a couple of slowdown candles into an actual pullback. So, and no new low broken too. I think it's important to say that. It's easy to be like, oh, well, we pulled back. Okay, but no new low happened yet. It's not like it's the true end of the world yet for that chart specifically. But if you go look at your other charts too, you kind of have the same story slowed down into a pullback. So again, from a macro point of view, you really want to see some other sectors join the fight. It's nice to see tech going up. That'll help Triple Q continue higher. That'll help SPY try to push a little bit higher. But I want everyone to keep a good eye on that because it is a pretty clear divergence in the market. Now, it is, of course, tech driven, so no shit, there's going to be that divergence, but it's still good to point it out so you remember it for the future for when it is going to be important. You aren't going to see tech just go up forever while these don't go up. These sectors will eventually catch up, or tech will eventually slow down. Not that I'm mad about tech bumping. Definitely not complaining about tech going higher. Though today, if you look, your Apple chart's actually down almost 1%. Nvidia's actually flat. Microsoft's over 1% down. That's 3 of your largest tech weights. So it looks like some of your tech weights that are keeping tech up today are not to do anything with your larger weights. It's a combination of smaller weights moving up on that chart then. And yeah, good morning, good morning. You should have dropped a like on the stream, share the stream link around. Welcome. We've done a lot of talking already, but that's the usual around here. Feel free to ask questions. If you guys have anything you want to throw out, feel free to do so. If you're in the Discord, make sure to go check that stuff out. There's a lot of new posts around there on all kinds of tickers. Good morning. Good morning. Anyone do anything cool this weekend? Good morning, VC. Good to see you. We did a Bueller movie night in the core server on Friday. Had a little date night. Should do some BB. Man, I read that first part of that sentence completely wrong. Who wants to get married? when I read should do BB matchmaking next, I was like, does he mean like let's get a private server and let's all play games together? But then I read the second half of the sentence and I was like, oh, that is nowhere what he meant. Yeah, matchmaking like gaming. Yeah. I was like, damn, he wants to do a Bueller land. That'd be sick. Matchmaking though, that would be funny though. No, not even on some weird shit though. I think most of the not even again, not trying to be weird. I think most of the women in my chat are like not single though, so good luck. God, I'm stretching over here, man. What's up though? What was everyone? What was everyone's weekend? How'd y'all do? Anyone do anything cool? Any good food? Any cool adventures? Again, guys, if you're just not tuning in, we're watching for direction from this area, so we're kind of expecting to go up as long as we're holding this. Also, kind of keep my eye on this tech sector. We're up almost 2%. We're down half that now, but I have seen Nvidia pop green again, so still got a little confidence there. Honestly, looking to see if this area doesn't end up holding. Might get a good scalp down into previous day open. Good small target. If this ends up breaking, could get a really, really big dip into here. If we don't see any of that, we'll probably just keep moving higher. Yeah. Coin is rejecting a good bearish level right now from the watch list. I believe Tesla is as well. Yeah. There's actually 500 levels here on Tesla. If you go to the bigger time frame and just start charting shit, I swear you get like 500 levels between right here. I don't know why, but this area is really important for Tesla. I would almost assume there's like a volume shelf there without even knowing. Nvidia, they had a lower open. They're retaking the previous day control point, which is an early bullish sign. In the first 5 minutes, that's pretty crazy. Seeing this candle is also pretty crazy. I wouldn't trust anybody to actually scalp that, but holy shit, that's insane. That's a good bullish sign in the early part of the day for a very bullish chart. See if that continues again. Not seeing really anything else much help that, but I see a couple energy charts up. I see another semi up. I see a healthcare up. I see a bank up. I see a tech up. So there's a couple weights among the blood that are up. Tech sector doing pretty well. Still not seeing much help from C, F, Y. I mean, I's just there. They just exist. V's going up. Good shit, healthcare. It's probably all Eli Lilly doing that. And UNH, actually. UNH is doing well again. Staples are down through the dirt with the rise of tech, which actually makes sense. So that one's not crazy. But the rest of these need to join the fight to go up or what? The rest of those are just dumping. So yeah, your SPY chart's probably going to be pretty flat, not going up super crazy while your tech chart is trying to go higher. We'll see though. I mean, I guess it should move higher as long as these don't just dump. Looking at the heat map, stocks like MU, Intel, Qualcomm are holding tech up. Good looks, Data J. Yeah, Intel is actually on God mode recently. A really big one to keep in mind though is Nvidia, because it has been whipping like crazy. Like if you saw earlier, it was down like over 1%. Now it's up almost 1.5%. So that one just whipsawed. I'm not going to be shocked if you guys come back to me and are like, guys, tech is bouncing, or tech is continuing. But yeah, that is a good point as well, though. Some of those larger tech weights that have just been flying off the handle. I mean, even AMD to an extent. I mean, that shit's almost at 500 again. I was in Vegas. Gordon Ramsay burgers was probably the best burger I've ever had, if not top three. Damn, dude. I've only heard literally the best glaze when I hear about those things. I don't think I've ever heard someone like downgrade a Gordon Ramsay item. Damn, that shit sounds tough. It was fantastic. The flavors blended so well. That's what my brother said. He went there. That was like 9/10 of the reason they went there. It was literally just to try his food. For Vegas. Good shit though, dude. W, let her buck. Best burger being by a Brit is actually very American. Still just kind of keep my eye on that XLK net change. There was some good early bearish context here for coin chart. They seem to be retaking. We'll see if how that candle finishes. Nvidia also, again, was one of those ones that started lower, retook the 50% of the previous day within the very first candle of the day. They're already at a new high of day, so that's just insane. Netflix still teetering at 8670 level. This is one of those ones where like you're probably bearish on it short term, but it's hard to jump into shorts, so you got to be very tedious with your entries on these. But it is good under this level. If it also is under the today's open, so I guess you can combine these two if you want, like that. Then that's a good sign. So keep an eye under that as a whole, not just that level by itself. Coin. Oh, I already said coin. Yeah, that's why I want 5. I just went through my entire watch list and it was like 5 seconds. I really wanted to add Meta, but then I saw the options chain. I was like, there's no way in hell anyone in chat is trading this. But I won't lie, Meta's options chain is like really, 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 really good. It's just expensive. But Tesla's not bad. Nvidia's not bad. Coin really isn't that bad as much as people are like, well, I can't afford it. It's actually very affordable. Netflix isn't bad. You just can't trade Netflix all the damn time because it's not going to give you setups every damn day. It's known for longer consolidation periods, similar to how Tesla used to be. I would say, I mean, Tesla still does that, but it used to be really bad. Just longer consolidation phases, and it just felt like it didn't give you as many good setups. But I still like to keep this on the list because they are affordable and they do move a lot and they have a lot of eyes on them. So I just like them. And yeah, overall, I am still bullish on coin. I've been saying this isn't even anything I own shares of. I wish I had shares of this. I've been getting shares of other shit. But this is what I've been saying I'm actually so bullish on. I've been saying it since back here. I've been saying it since here. I'm gonna keep saying it right over here because it's still just building higher lows. Coin is still just, it's pointing up. I'm not even a big, crypto fanatic or anything, but crypto does look really insane. And I was saying that back here on this when it was retaking it. People really thought like, oh, it won't go hit this. Like, yeah, it won't go hit this in a day. It's gonna take its sweet ass time. And look what it did. It took its sweet ass time. And I think it's gonna keep doing it. It's gonna keep doing its sweet ass time on this move up. It's an annoying grind up for crypto holders. But you also got to remember too, though, this market is moving up. This market is moving up. Crypto is moving up. Oil is moving up. Like, eventually, some of these are going to give. It's just hard to suppress a tech rally. Tech is just so insane. I mean that too in every respectful way. Tech is just such an impactful part of everything now. Large weight of every sector we watch. Yeah, a lot of your Mag 7 stocks, a lot of your like top 10 weights are going to have more expirations than you guys are probably used to seeing from the past. Some of them will have same days, some of them will have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some of them have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not a Thursday for some reason, then a Friday. A lot of your top Mag 7 stocks or just top heavyweight stocks now have more options. So your options have options. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm still not super used to it either, even though it's been out for a while now. But yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. I think it's cool for like scalps. I don't think people should be trying to like, buy in the first 30 minutes of the day and then expecting to still have it at the last 30 minutes of the day. It's like that's not really, I don't think that's really feasible. You can definitely get lucky, sure, but I just don't think that's feasible to try and repeat over and over again. Yeah, make sure to leave a like, guys, on the stream. Share the stream link around. Let us know how you're doing. What are you looking at? How was your weekend? What'd you do this weekend? We had our first Bueller Buys movie night on Friday in the core server. Very cool. If we get 45 likes, we'll do a second one, or we'll start doing votes for a second one. Welcome to the stream, though. Let us know how you're doing. If you're a lurker, totally cool. We got a lot of lurkers, so glad to have you. Low key, should I be looking at Tesla for a trade? We'll see what it does around this area, but continued rejection really makes you want to get like a same day short or even a Wednesday short. Actually, let's see the cost difference. Oh, yeah, same day. Watching the outside bar play out on the daily might be breaking for an OB low now. Good looks. And by the way, I wanted to say this in the beginning of the stream. I'm glad I kind of reminded myself there for a second. Shout out to Letter Buck and the Discord. I give a lot of glaze to Kevo, to Leland, to a lot of the different traders in my chat, but shout out to Letter Buck, man. Seriously. This guy's been getting after it with the gains. He's been getting after it with good trades. He goes into chat and actually describes, hey, this is what I'm looking at. Like, he's not going in there and going, guys, I'm getting in this at 0.37. Get in with me. We're going to get out at 0.47, or we're going to cut this at 0.35. Like, he's not doing that shit. We're not doing the micromanagement bullshit. He goes in there and he says, this is where I'm bearish or bullish from. He lets it pan out. He takes profit. He moves on. He goes on to the next. And he's done that time and time again here in the past few weeks, in the past few months in the Discord. So seriously, shout out Letterbuck. W Mindset, another leader in the chat. I always like it when you have people in chat who, regardless of where they came from being like a lurker, from being someone who's typing in the chat all the time, from someone who's always in the stream, it doesn't matter where you're from or where you're at. It's nice when you see more people in the chat just be a leader. Just naturally, while they're doing their thing. Like, you don't have to, and they don't have to, cross and fuck things up for you. But I appreciate that, though, Letterbuck. Seriously, W Letterbuck. He's been getting some very, very, very immaculate trades recently, so shout out to him. W. Looking for that 500 break? Yeah, I won't lie. Tesla looks like shit too. Let me see that meta set we're talking about. Damn, they fell fucking hard today. Saying 1.4% isn't really doing it justice when it's down fucking $8.50. That's insane. I gotta get used to that, bro. Honestly, I think that's something will never get used to. I'll never get used to some of the prices of some of these stocks we're seeing now. That's why it really is like. That's why I constantly preach that message because I finally have like learned that lesson where it's just become natural now. Like in the beginning, you see a bunch of people get a bunch of really big gains from buying shares, and you're like, wow, that's insane how they do that. I wish I got that lucky. But then you see what actually happens, like over the course of like a couple years, you'll see like these huge market discounts, and then things look like shit, feel like shit. Of course, like holding it feels like shit. And then things bounce up over the next couple years. They make new highs. Your stocks start rallying. They're at new highs. They're doing all these nice special things, and you missed out because you didn't buy anything. But what's funny though is like if you do have the courage to believe in like owning something for a longer period of time through that bullshit, you'll be like the happiest person on the other end of it. I don't blame you. Meta's a very insanely expensive chain. I really like those Tesla short potentials though, dude. Go to Tesla chain. If we see a retake of this area, then cut that. It's probably gonna pump, but it looks like such a good short right here. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and see more context, but I'm liking that area. If market keeps going up though, I'll probably cut that just in general and be like, eh. But XOK might be slowing down here, right as I'm saying it. If everything starts to bounce, I was gonna say, watch these other charts produce green candles as this one's slowing down. This one just produced its first green candle of the day. This one's pumping the last 15 minutes. Last 10 minutes, it's going up. Last 20 minutes, it's going up. You guys heard me all stream say all these are shitty looking. Nothing's going up. Nothing's helping tech. Now you have everything trying to bounce, and tech is trying to go back down now. We're really in one of those days, huh? Damn, Spy think it's funny or some shit. Yeah, I would say today is a great day for watching an individual equity or maybe even IWM. Just watching something different today would be really good for you. I'm talking to everybody when I say that. This is annoying me. I'm going to add this. It's annoying me not seeing it. But good morning, good morning. Welcome, guys, to the stream. Right now, we're watching another mix of sectors and bad timings on sectors this morning. So you're getting a little bit of a rise and a little bit of a slowdown in the market all around at the same time. First, it was tech and other sectors. Now it's the opposite. Other sectors are trying to bounce. Tech's trying to chill out for a second. So wait for some more unison approach. Again, these all going in the same direction, or at least around the same time would be nice, even if they aren't going the same direction. But we're getting a mix of timing and mix of sectors just kind of battling against each other right now. Like I said, I think it's a great day to go look at individual equities. Go look at Tesla. Go look at AMD. Go look at Netflix. Go find a chart that you like and stick on it for a little bit. If you just stare at SPY today, you will probably annoy yourself for the first 30, 40 minutes of today, which we're already almost through our first 30-minute window. But yeah, let me know what you guys are looking at, what tickers you're all looking at. And yeah, data. I'm looking at the 4/17/50 same days on this. They're around 140 right now. Actually good info by Michael there. I didn't even see the second part of your sentence because my options chain thing was in the way, but I saw XLY under PML and I clicked off because I was like, I gotta see you type this shit. And yeah, good level. And regardless, let's say it retakes it in 20 minutes from now, Michael. I don't want to just speak from a perspective of, oh, this always works. Let's always do this. Let's talk about when it doesn't work. Let's say that PML gets retaken, Michael. What would that tell us? Oh, well, we're wrong. We need to cut this. It gives us other context besides just, oh, red candle break level. Let me cut. Like we're cavemen inventing fire. Like, come on, man. But yes, Michael is on it. Great fucking message there, Michael. That's exactly what I want to see. But I also want to point out like what to do if you're wrong. If you're wrong, like how do you use that XLY chart? Exactly the opposite of what you just said. If it's retaking that level, a good level that we're using as context, then that gives us context that we're wrong. It's like if there's a movie about like a bunch of people in a group. Let's say they're all at a campfire, right? I'm making a movie up now. Actually, this kind of sounds like it the more I'm thinking about it. Let's say like an alien lands here and he takes over like one of your bodies. Like, how would we know who is the alien and who isn't? We don't have context on that yet. It's just a random event that just happened. That's like us getting onto ourselves after just entering. Why did we just enter? What was the context? I didn't have context. Green candle. Like that doesn't really help us. But let's say we get some more pieces, like what Michael typed out. XLY is under PML. Oh, it's doing this. Oh, it's doing that. It add on to that. What kind of candlesticks are we getting? That's more context we can take away and be like, oh, well, this is definitely rejecting, or oh, this is definitely retaking. Tesla might actually go up here now. You can make that distinction without just making shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, very, very good message, Michael. I hope everybody thinks like that in here. Let's check on some other watch list tickers because we saw Nvidia was pumping off the face of the earth. Possible bullish retest here. Again, your Nvidia is above your Friday high. It's kind of fighting it now, but we'll see if they hold on and can bounce. Remove that annoying purple lines. Meta, the Tesla chart, which again, we're kind of short-term bearish on this. If it retakes this level here and we go to XLY and this is retaking this, then it probably is going to go back higher. Like we just finished talking about. Netflix was looking pretty shitty under this level. Good retake, good hammer. I like that this candle popped up, then the hammer came up because this is like having a police officer with like a stop sign saying, hey, chill the F out. And then you get your bullish reversal. It's not just bullish reversal. It's a stop sign, then you get the bullish reversal. So you get a little pending there. And coin, as shitty as it started out this morning, similar to Nvidia, it's now pumping. Like I said, I think today's a really good day to go watch an individual equity or just finding your own tickers to look at. I think if you just stare at SPY and Triple Q today, you're going to drive yourself nuts. And remember, too, the relationship between the sectors today. If you're someone who's more paying attention to the sectors today, I just said sectors today twice. At the beginning of the day, it was just tech going up. Well, I guess healthcare was up a little bit too. But that was it. Right now, you have tech slowing down, not really making new lows, but slowed down for sure. While a couple of the sectors that were just going down are now bouncing. So keep that in mind. I think I want to enter now because we actually got another candle close, but I want to see more from XLY. Not a bad bearish entry there on the Tesla chart there for anybody watching that with me. It's about 158, 160 right here. No, no, you're good, Michael. Sometimes it's going to be like that. Oh, it's moving really good now on the con. Tesla hanging at 420.69. Bro, you'd be surprised. That 420.69 is a pretty strong defense. Looks like a 90% on the 1 minute. I haven't gone down to the 1 minute in a while, I'll be honest. I think it's really good when you pair it with another time frame. Like if you're like, oh, it looks like shit on the 10, 15, or the 5, then you go down to the 1. Like I like it like that. It's just a good full bearish retest on the 1 minute here. Right, it is a 90% of the current day open over here, and then you have like a full bearish retest of it. But that doesn't mean we can get new low of day. That just means we should go at least test low of day, which we'll see if that happens or not. I think I'm still most interested in how the sectors are working today, though. Out of everything we've talked about, this is still kind of impressive to me. Just again, the timing of everything. If you go down to your 5 minute, I mean, it's almost like to the minute that this is like going the opposite direction as tech. It's like, nah, we're not allowing you to have help as you're going up, bud. And it does the same thing with like F, Y. Like, it makes sense for P to do it. I mean, even I to an extent. It's just a very weird relationship between sectors and tech today. I don't know. Call me crazy. Holy shit, discretionary. What are you doing? It did go down and test the meat of the low. See if we get that continuation to a new low of day or not, or if it does want to retest this again, which is also on the table. I would say probably you're like 60% leaning towards that testing the actual low, probably 40% retesting that up again. So it's not like that better than a 50-50. Just because you're still around the opening range. It's not like it went away from something, then went up to it, then rejected it. It's still around that initial thing that it opened at. If that makes sense. Nvidia still bouncing. I was curious to see if it hold that high or not. Seems to be. So Nvidia is still very bullish right now. If anybody was wondering if that was going to slow down or not today, it is not right now. Coin, go to coin. Oh, damn, they actually hit 206s. That's actually insane. See, that's at 90%. Lost, stop sign, retake, all in one candle. And not just the retake, this is the open right here. So it didn't just retake this orange level here. It retook the open. That is an insane first 15 minutes for a chart. That's a lot of energy to like, hey, let's try to go back up. A lot of trapped shorts in that little bit of candle there. I say a little bit, but that's probably a fuck ton of money. That's a crazy recovery for coin. Nice bounce by Tech. IWM still just kind of hanging around that high day candle. I really wouldn't say pulling back. It's more just, like I said, hanging around. It's probably the best word you could have said there. Netflix shaping up to not be a bad looking bounce chart either, despite starting out kind of rough. Watching McDonald's price action for tomorrow for possible calls, bigger time frames are still bearish. Dude, honestly, I have not seen somebody say McDonald's in a long time. I saw it fall into this low and I was like, I'll just come visit this again. But yeah, this is probably a demon chart to start looking at again. Here, let me look. Is it at 90% bearish on stock twits yet? Because if it is, that probably is a easy buy the dip signal. These idiots on stock twits never learn. Low key though, I love the people on stock twits that just come here to be funny. I fucking love those people. All right, let's see. It says sentiment is extremely bullish, 82%. Huh? Is stock twits actually like smart when it comes to this? Yeah, like these comments are funny right here. This guy says, the fact people still eat this shit is proof enough American is finished. He didn't say America, American is finished. And then he put the bearish icon. Like, what? You can't take people serious when they talk like that. Like if someone was to be like, why do you like Tesla, dude? Elon believes in the world being flat or something like that. It's like, what? Like, how does that connect to me owning the company? Like, it doesn't connect. As much as people want to connect the weirdest shit, it doesn't make any sense. Like saying McDonald's has shitty food. It's like, no shit. Like everybody who eats there knows that. I don't think I could ask a single person. I'd be like, what are you talking about? It's nutritious. No. Every person that eats McDonald's knows it's not nutritious. They know that shit. McDonald's doesn't have to fool them for anything. I do hate when people connect stuff like that. It's like you're trying to like turn it into a bigger conversation than it is. All right, we're at the low. $45 likes for a new movie. I will love. Like it. What's up, though, bro? How you doing? That was actually a W movie night. Not everybody was in here when I said it, but oh, hold up, I'm trimming a little bit because low key we went from green to red back to green, so I'm gonna trim here out of pure fear and emotion. That was 1.98, unless I read that wrong. Yeah, I saw it was bouncing its previous day high. I said that about 10, 15 minutes ago. Look at them now. I like them as long as they're holding this level. I don't really care about their previous day high as much. It really is this 216.60. I'm glad I trusted that more. I mean, I didn't trade this, but in my mind, I was like, bounce this level, bounce this level. Like, I like to do the mental rep while I'm trading something like Tesla, which I didn't get the greatest contract movement, but it just felt like that I had to go at least test the meat of this low. And then I was kind of 50-50 gambling on it actually going to the low because it should just go to the meat. It doesn't have to go to the true low. But good little early short to start the day. I have one open on this left, but it's not like as taxing as when I had the others. And honestly, perfect call for that because everything else still just kind of sitting around where it was when I left. You know, coin would have been really good. This did really good. Nvidia, I'm proud of this one too, just because like after seeing this, you should have been pretty bullish on the bounce. It's okay to be overly bullish on that chart. Oh my God, Tesla. Oh, I thought it was a new low. And I can't really take credit for anything on like Netflix. I didn't really go to it around as much, but I was impressed that it retook this level a little earlier on in the stream. So that is kind of insane. Yeah, shout out to my Tesla bears if anybody in here is shorting Tesla with me. It definitely didn't make you rich, but it was a good trade there. And good call to Michael earlier on XOY or being around a PML, being around a good level. That was helpful. And if this continues to dump, should have confidence in that last one. If not, just take it. Doesn't need to be rocket science. Also, I think another good thing too to kind of take away from what I was doing while I was trading that was like constantly clicking around and keeping my mind moving instead of sitting here and thinking about what it could or couldn't do just to kind of freak yourself out while in a trade. I think it's definitely easy to do that, especially at this point in the market when you do have sectors actually doing that. This is going up, the other one's going down. Why are they going opposites every damn time? You know, like right now on comms, banks, discretionary. I mean, these are all dumping. Well, tech looks like it's ready to move up another leg. And yeah, if you aren't familiar with the chart, it has gone through literally every expectation I had for it. So it's very bullish. God, Eli Lilly's on a fucking tear today. I would say the three that are a little bit impressive today are, I mean, Nvidia, but that one's not as impressive because it's obvious, like it's Nvidia. But Nvidia, Eli Lilly, and probably Coin. All three of these have just been an impressive, like kind of a. It looked like it was just kind of going to be a 50-50 start. You got to wait for some info, but then they just started pumping. All three of them did really well. I would definitely say Eli Lilly gave the least amount of warning. I'm going to write that down, though, Alex. Thank you for reminding me. On McDonald's. That's a good one to keep in mind. I actually love you for bringing that up. Where's LW at? It's probably still down heavy. Yeah. She probably came down with that McDonald's pullback. Poor thing. Now, McDonald's is a great one because I feel like that's another one people forget about, and then it just randomly recovers and it's back up and it's at all-time highs again. Like John Deere, Waste Management. There's a ton of companies that are like that. I'm new here, just found out about NVIDIA. Well, I wanted to see, did that contract move anymore? After the initial dump, did it do anything else? Damn, I actually got a lucky ass sell then. Must have been during that candle. Damn, we did good holding through that. Or I did. And yeah, after seeing it touch the low, kind of expecting a bid, even if it does end up dumping further, you're kind of expecting a short-term reaction, which will fuck an options contract. 1.62 to 1.92 is not bad. All right, review posted. No excuses for me. All right, sorry, I was typing up my review. What is up though, stream? What are you guys looking at? What are you guys trading? What are we thinking about? NVIDIA looks like it's going to keep going, so that one won't really surprise me. I really am still curious about this sector relationship. It is a little weird. Look, slow down, bounce, 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 bounce. Slightly bouncing. Crazy timing, right? Crazy timing. What do you guys think's happening today? You think we go up to the 743 today, or do you think we stop around the 740? This is a very possible level. Thank you, Data J. Yeah, I don't know what movie we'll do next time. I mean, we'll see when we hit the light goal, but should we just include the movies that didn't get clicked on last time for the next one? Maybe add a different one in there. I guess we'll see when we get there. Regardless, though, to all the people that are in that Discord, y'all definitely should go through some of the resources in there. I know some of you have gone through a lot of it or gone through it a few times, but So the people who haven't, definitely take time to go through there. How are you guys doing in the stream, though? How's everyone doing? Make sure to check out the Discord, guys. Really good updates on the SPX plan for the day. We got a pump above the intended bullish area. We need to be bullish above this level, but we wanted to see a previous day high break. We got that. We're almost at the main target. If you're looking at the SPY chart, SPY updates, we are almost into the second main target of the day. Called out a little bit of Tesla here on stream. And a couple other tickers, just kind of went over them. Oh, a lot of updates. Sorry, guys. I'm like all over the place. I'm like covering SPY, SPX, this, that, Tesla. How are you guys doing, though? Hope everyone makes some tendies today. You too, Rob. Hope you're doing good, man. Doing well watching the 30-minute on SPY and working today. Not bad. 30 minutes, very vibey. Ow, you hit my head against my desk. Doing great, just watching sectors for now. Honestly, that's good. 30-minute, watching the sectors. These are good, chill answers. I still want to see if this is going to get on to test 414 or not, because that would, it should test this level if it does make a new low, and if it goes further, 414's right there. And yeah, hopefully I can get a swing or a sector update out this week for the Sectors and Swings channel. Of course, as soon as I moved the swings over to that channel, I like posted a loss. I mean, it was a lotto to be fair, but still, I like to be ahead of my results. Dude, shout out to my Tesla bears today, though. I almost wanted to grab a late entry on this just to get one last one. Because they're 210 right here, but this could easily be a $350 contract at 414. I might do it if it holds the low. little bit of chasing. But when you smell the blood in the water, you got to know that it can go further. Let's see if I'm right. If that test does that con go 350. Let's see if my math is on or not. Yeah, what's the weather like where y'all are at? Because I swear the weather here has been changing every day. What's the weather like for everybody? You did one contract on Tesla with me. Got out probably when I trimmed. I have bad experience with Tesla. When I day trade, I call it stressla. Well, the thing is a lot of people try to hold it too long. I'm not saying you're one of those people, but I know when I don't hold my scalps too long, I do a lot better. And it's like people forget that's the whole definition of scalp. Like, I've forgotten it. You know, when you're in the moment, you don't think about certain things. But like, you just got to set up like, all right, this is what I want to happen. This is what can happen. And you got to understand there's a difference between those. Yeah, I want this to go down to 414, but what can happen? Well, the low of day, that green hammer, the low of that could be retaken. And next thing you know, this is pumping, so it's good to point out both scenarios, regardless of how it makes you feel. Keep it simple. And don't try to turn a scalp into a really long day trade. That's definitely a no-no. First time trading it in a very long time. Yeah, you just gotta hit it and then quit it very quick. You don't need to be sitting in trades for 30 minutes on a scalp. Again, a scalp is meant to be like, I'm in, couple things happen, I'm out. You're trying to capture like part of a leg. I probably am one of the. Oh, I already read that. 90 degrees at 9:30 at 80% humidity. Dear Lord. Actually, that might not be far off what I'm having. Let's see. Actually, I'm cooler than you are right now. 70 degrees where I'm at because it's cloudy. Where's the humidity thing at? I know it's humid as a bitch out here today. I can't even see the humidity, but I know it's humid as fuck today. Chance of rain, 55%. Yo, what's up, Carter? 54 degrees and it's freaking May over here. Damn, I'm kind of jealous though. 54 sounds nice. Is it like a windy 54? What is up though, Carter? Welcome back, brother. It's really good seeing your name. I'm back, bitches. Traded Netflix last week and a scalp turned into a day trade. I hate not following my rules. Yeah. I think that's definitely the worst thing anyone can do when you're doing like a scalp is turning it into something that's not. And I hate that about people. I don't see anyone do this anymore, but in the past, it used to be super popular to turn a day trade into a swing. And I remember I would always be like having to tell people in my chat, like, don't do this, don't do that. And it 9 times out of 10 was always like, dude, why are you swinging your day trade entry? It genuinely made no sense. Took off late last week, took a trip back down to Jacksonville, Florida. Man, we miss it so damn much. So it was a good trip then. Yo, I'm kind of glad I chased. I might take profit here and then just see if it goes down to my target for chasing. This is a pretty good chase. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Spies dumping? Geez, yeah, maybe I should just take that then. I was wondering what was causing that. Yeah. I got out. I was just wanted to see if it did dump more or not. That's another thing too. The first time you hear me say it, I am exiting. Like if I'm ever like, oh, spies dumping, or oh, this is happening, or oh, this is happening, or oh, look how well my contract. Like as soon as I have that emotion or that reaction, that's like a natural body signal telling me, hey, take profit. I'm just abusing this chart today. Also, something I talk about a lot, I just did in this trade. I'm just not realizing it with typing this review. But like we said it when we were entering that second one, we knew like, hey, this is a bit of a chase. So if we're ever exiting, what should our vibe be? We should be exiting pretty quickly. Fuck yes. 2 scalps on Tesla on stream. Let's go, guys. We've also done a pretty good job. I'm trying my best to multitask of covering the other watch list tickers as well as SPY in the sectors, which SPY in the sectors are still doing everything we talked about. It's just a lot of teeter-tottering, which again is a pretty clear sign to us from the market that you do just need to focus on an individual equity or on an individual chart itself, which is why I went over to look at just Tesla. Though NVIDIA and Coin weren't bad either. I liked Coin after the 90% entry of the current day open. That was very clean. And then NVIDIA, honestly, I didn't really like this first move just because it was like, what the fuck? But I really, really did like it. If you came into the stream, we were talking about this candle. I really liked that it was reacting to holding 216.60, and you did get a good second bounce. So not the craziest right home about that move, but still very nice. Netflix didn't talk about this one as much, but it looked like shit. Talked about how it recovered after the stop sign here. Good hammer, good recovery. So showing signs of like, yeah, it probably should go up, but nothing that we were gonna like take action on. And I think that's it. And then I covered Triple Q, SPY. SPY, I really like the move from 730, 630s into the high, but to be honest with you, probably just trading over previous day high is the way. And it's kind of funny I say that because when you go to SPX, that was literally the trade. It was just a 3-bar play above previous day high. So that was it. Right now, we're looking to see if the continuation holds over previous day highs on your SPY chart, SPX chart, to see if it continues higher. Your tech chart is slowing down a little bit more, but it's not like we've made a new low or made another new high. You can see we're just kind of stuck between this range right here. And again, what I said is still true. A lot of these like recoveries and bounces and retests, it's like been opposite day for some of these other sectors. So, yeah. 2 good Tesla scalps live on stream. Hope you guys enjoyed some of that breakdown live. You got to hear me freak out on the mic. And yeah. Okay, I missed a bunch of messages. Nice, Alex on Pfizer. Keep me updated. I was down $5 and down 15, but I closed it under $2 and just like could have been every worse. It's a windy and chilly kind of day, not bad. Okay. Those are the best. I hate trading view, they always delete my levels. Morning all, sold my mini NASDAQ at the second rejection of pre-market high, hit my profit target, down for the day, no need to be greedy. Oh, done, probably done for the day. Entry was rejected at pre-market high and target current day open. Reasoning was the formation of a lower high intraday. Very nice, bro. W. Eric. It's funny. I was just talking about all the. Yeah, no, I figured you meant done for the day. Because I was like, wait, that didn't make sense. It's funny though. I was literally just saying like all the different leaders in chat. What's up, though, Eric? W. Sorry, I'm coming down from the adrenaline rush. Off topic in Discord. Oh yeah, Bob, go check off topic in Discord. Oh, I see. It's some trading view shit. Yeah, this is over my head. Good looks, let her buck. Good update on triple Q D touch. And yeah, good updates on your charts as well, Sandollar. He shared 2 charts and 2 different tickers as well. He's been running through those. Tesla quid pro quo. Yeah, I don't like the double dip, but it just felt like I was like, I don't know. You ever feel like you're like really right about something? Not like, and I'm not trying to sound like egotistical, not like that. Like you feel like everything is aligned. You're like, there's no way this doesn't work. Like that's kind of what it felt like, and that's why I had to get to end that one twice. Also, I'm really not a fan of holding through retest. So like when I saw that we got that one opportunity to just exit the first trade, I was like, bet I'll just take it. And then when I saw the retest not last but 5 minutes, it was like, fuck, I kind of want to get back in. So it was a good chase, but it was still a chase. And again, if we're going to chase something or we're going to try to enter something aggressively, or we feel like there's not as much context, we need to also exit with that amount of information. You know, you shouldn't need much to exit if you're not needing much to get in. Just to avoid that, let me hold this forever type trade. And yeah, hopefully, guys, here on the stream, hopefully the updates have been good enough for you guys. I have been trying my best to kind of also share them in the Discord as well at the same time. So trying to keep that all clear as day for everybody, but hopefully the updates are decent enough. I didn't get to update anything about the daily watch list live in the Discord, but I did it all here in the stream, so I can't really do it all at once, but hopefully that's fine. Just sharing the briefing of the day. Crude oil modestly higher as President Trump laments Iran's latest peace proposal. Ceasefire is still holding. Semiconductor names continue to rally, which, as you all probably already knew that. Oh, we can quit watching Tesla. We can watch something else. Let's watch NVIDIA in case they move higher, because they probably will. And then financial juice, nothing different on that end. Would a fib from 739.59 to low of that move be valid for halfway of the spot? 739.59. Oh, I see what you're saying. Of this latest dip, yes, that would be valid. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't draw that until I see, like, you see how there's like obviously a little bit of basing right here. Ignore the dotted line, the fact that that's even there. That just is crazy. That's lining up. But there's basing here, right? What you really want to see is like that basing break. And then when you see the break of that, that's what we call a break of structure. It kind of starts the point, that the point of the story there, where you're like, okay, now I can see where it can pull back. You know, then you can grab a fib from that high to that low and see, okay, well, let me just draw it. Of the high to this low, you know, if I see another seller signal under this, not just that basing, that's something else to base it off of. So yes, you're valid for drawing that. I wouldn't do it for maybe this one, just because this didn't really break the base. It broke it and then retook it. So it really just kind of fucked over the sellers there, which might even be liquidity for upside. But yeah, I see what your reasoning is for that, and that is very valid. Just make sure you understand this isn't as powerful as if it did close under this level. Because then you could have drawn that after it was bouncing and known, okay, it did actually do a bearish signal. Whereas here, there was no bearish signal. It just caught support. Does that make sense? I am glad your head's right in the right spot, though. It does? Okay, cool, cool. Great question. Seriously, I love that question. What's up, FIPO? FIPO, as others would say. But yeah, great job, Christian. That's exactly where your head needs to be at. Finally, my girlfriend away, so I have time for you. If I ever get a girlfriend and she ever reads this chat, I'm so fucked. You have a girl named Fipo typing in your chat all the time? That's not a girl, it's a guy from Austria. Now, who am I kidding? I'm gonna be single. What's up, though, Fipo? How is it over there in the grand land of Austria? Thank God my girlfriend doesn't read my messages with you. Yeah, you'd be cooked. It's raining? Damn. Good thing it's not raining where I am, or the power would go out. Man, where I live, they'd have you believe the fucking power lines are just like stapled to the grass. Damn, dude. I'm like all out of it now because I was talking so damn much. I need to wake back up. I'm here. I'm here. 2 trades will do it to you though. I have to wait for a bit longer though. Oh, I don't know if I have time yet. I'll let you know, bro. I'll message you. I'll let you know, grandsire. This weekend, me and Rigney turned his what was it? I don't even remember what it was, like the shitty paracord, turned it into a nomad. Went from utter dog hot water trash to pretty decent. He's just letting me borrow it because it's his, but we definitely upgraded his backup knife. Because I don't even be playing, but still. And he had his computer was all fucked up. He got that fixed. I low-key thought he was cooked. W. Rigney. If he's somehow in the background lurking. Wait, what's tomorrow? Oh, BF6. I low-key keep forgetting about it because it's honestly like, I don't know. I'm not. It doesn't excite me anymore. We'll have to see. They changed recoil, all vehicles, and all vehicle guns. Oh god. Jet is now one shot with an RPG. Why? Now it takes no skill to take it down. It took skill to take a jet down. Wait, so how bad is... Oh man, I gotta know how bad the recoil is now. And what did they change about the vehicles and vehicle guns? I just gotta read the patch notes, I guess. That's crazy. It's funny because I remember I was looking into some of the videos of different pilots play BF6, and I didn't realize how bad it was for pilots in Battlefield. Like, they've been getting the butt end of everything, like of updates and everything. So to also now have jets one shot is crazy. Like, what's the point of even playing pilot in that game now? Not that you and me play in those modes as much, but still, like, kind of feel bad for those guys. Are you watching PGL Astana right now? FIPO? 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 Got so much lipo? Don't type the wrong shit to me, even if it's a typo. No, I don't. Are we gonna get new high day here? My stomach's trying to talk to me. Okay, tanks definitely needed to be fixed. I'm glad they fixed that. But the helicopters and jets is crazy. It was already like perfect in my head. In my head, it was already perfect, and I feel like I'm a great rule of thumb because I actually used the fucking launchers. The tanks definitely need, but I don't know, man, because it just depends. Like, they have 5 engineers. They shouldn't have updated the RPG at all. They should update how many people can heal a tank at once. They should have it to where it's like 2 people tops, 2 people max can heal a tank at once. Should be the rule, or should be like in the game. Messing with the RPG damage is just making it more problems. Because low key, they aren't unkillable. They're just unkillable when there's 50 engineers on them. But that's like so rare. It's rare that you even bump into that issue. I don't know. That's a weird thing for them to fix, in my opinion. We'll see though. I think what's crazy is you said more different recoil. That's going to be even crazier. I wonder what that entails. Damn, Maddie. Yeah, I'm not shocked it's going up, but holy shit, Maddie, good stuff. W Maddie Ice in the chat, guys. 150% on Nvidia, and he's in the flower beds, working in the flower beds, making that money. Bro's under the sun, in the flower beds. Maddie not so ice, Maddie Ice. What a fucking legend. Is this a swing or is this a day trade? And then I want to ask, did you enter on the second retest or the one that happened after the first bump of the day? I'm more or less just picking your brain now. I sold. Is that good, Bob? Garden. It's funny you're coming from you. Garden trader saying Matty is living the dream. Not because he's making money, but because he's trading while gardening. Yeah, Matty's kind of killing it. But he do be working his ass off. He do be not lazy like me. You bought on the 29th? Oh, okay, never mind. Blood said he's been in this. I thought you scalped this. I was like, holy shit. W Bob Johnson. W Bob Johnson. Taking my son out for a walk. Need to get some vitamin sun. I respect that, Eric. I respect that. Have a good day, Eric. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. And touch some grass, yeah. Go touch some grass, you nerd. Eat my shorts. Dude, there's kids that don't know what that's from. Sold my Julys, holding June's 60%. Damn, bro, I don't even blame you for selling, honestly. What made you sell July and not June? Maddie not so nice and Maddie ice. Does Maddie even consume ice? Or does he drink tap water at room temperature? Oh, there's earnings soon. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say if it was like a normal swing and there's like no other thing like to worry about, I would say that it makes no sense to sell the farther one. Because no shit it costs more, no shit it's gonna move more. It's more expensive. You know, it's the beefier con. But never mind, there's earnings. So that actually makes sense. Because as you get closer to that, you're gonna be like, let me just get rid of the meteor one and I'll just risk the not as meaty one. And it's up, so you're like in a really good position to do what you want with that. Plus, as it get, and honestly, don't take it like I don't know. I can't tell you what to do, but every time someone always has a swing and they bring it up to me and there's like earnings soon, I try to tell them like, "Yo, don't hold this after earnings." Like they always hold it after earnings, and then they go down and they're like, "Why did I do that?" Like I don't know why you did that either. Like it makes sense to go up or down towards earnings, and then as it's getting to earnings, it does the opposite. It's like no shit. It's like the most obvious thing. I haven't had a green week in ages. Had my first green week last week. I want to repeat it every so badly. Honestly, the thing is, you can't focus on trying to be green every week. The thing is, you need to focus on whatever you're doing in that moment needs to be just as best as you can. You know, if you catch yourself doing some shit you know you shouldn't be doing, then stop. You know, stop yourself. Walk away. Something. Do anything but, repeating that problem that you know is not helping you. But good. I'm glad to hear that, Bob Johnson. Let's keep it up. Remember, though, you need to have consistency in your methods to have consistency in your results. So if you're going to keep it up, you got to keep, showing up, doing whatever you're doing to be prepared. Whatever you're doing each day or whatever, keep it up. And on days that you show up and you're not prepared, realize it. Don't just sit there and be like, "Oh, I'll just push through." No, don't make that bullshit up. You're not David fucking Goggins. So just, realize, hey, I'm not on a normal morning. I'm not on a normal day. I'm not starting out how I normally would. Let me fix that. Or let me understand that and actually use that as context going into these trades. You don't need to be going into a trade going, "Oh, I'm just as prepared as I normally am. I'll just do what I normally do." And then you fail. It's like you're going to beat yourself up just because you failed. You're not going to even get onto yourself for, "Oh, well, it's because I didn't realize I wasn't prepared." You need to also act on that. But good shit. Good start. Keep it up, bro. Also, didn't I see you in movie night? Shout out to all my movie night people. Even if you guys just showed up to say hi, seriously, thank you. We had like 15, 16 people in there at one point, which honestly I thought was absolutely insane. You gotta remember, like, I was thinking we'd get like 7 people tops. We had like 10 people on average in there watching that movie. That was pretty awesome. And there was more than that with people stopping by and saying hi and stuff too. That was crazy. The first movie night, the first Bueller Buys movie date night was actually a huge success. Despite the movie being scuffed on the Streamlink thing I was doing. But it was still good. Best movie night ever. I watched the whole movie during or driving an 18-wheeler. I wish I knew. Yeah, that shit was funny. You know what was really weird and made me learn more about that site is I swear I'd never seen that version of that, so I don't know why that was doing that, but I realized they probably have multiple like movies, and then one gets taken down, they refresh it. One gets taken down, they refresh it. So that's probably what we got was just a different one than I saw, but it was the same thing. We'll have to see what the next movie we watch is for movie night. That was pretty good though. Good morning, Bueller and community. Welcome, other Matt. I have to say other Matt because we have like multiple Matts, a couple Matties. Sorry, I'm like dying on the mic now. Loki, I thought Russia, Ukraine temporarily what flag because we had a movie night. Because we had a movie night, yeah. We did that. Oh, it's Timmy. Sorry, I was showing your name wrong. Wait, Did you get injured again? Is that why you're here? Because that's the only reason Timmy would show up, is if Timmy was injured. More movie nights means less war. Let's go. If only that's how it worked. No, I just recovered from skier's thumb. That sounds, I don't even know what that is, but that sounds painful. That was funny. I think I literally just said a story about you like 2, 3 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, there's this one guy who comes in my streams, but he only shows up here when he's injured and shit like that, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure that's this Timmy. Or who am I thinking of? That has to be this Timmy. It was whoever got hurt on a motorcycle accident like forever ago, then they joined our chat. And then they'd only like come back every time they were injured. It was just funny. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah, he's the motorcycle Timmy. Yeah. We like that Timmy. I'm back because I wanted to learn again. It's always my fault, not the system. I mean, I don't even know if you ever were in here like long enough to take it serious enough, like in here. Not saying you aren't serious. I'm saying like in our group at least. Like you always stopped by and had really good vibes in our streams, but I don't think I ever saw you hang out like that long. You were definitely impactful though. I mean, I clearly remembered you, and I kind of drew you out. You know, I told a story about you, and then a couple weeks later, you pop up. You did take it serious. Okay, that's probably just bad memory on my part then, which is like you know very very Bueller of me. But yeah, man, just take your time. Um, you know, it was funny. I actually wanted to watch this video with you guys again one day, but then I remembered it's kind of long. But I actually started watching one of my own videos, and it kind of blew my mind how to this day I'm still just kind of talking about the same shit. Right here. Holy shit! 7 notifications. I'm famous. That's not right. There's definitely dislikes on this. Yeah, there it goes. Um, let me do the thing. But I don't know where it is in this video. I clicked on a random part of this video, and I heard myself say something.
What we normally do is people like this, but this is each and every week. But mainly,
One, that's crazy. Spies at 357 in this video. Two, I don't know where it was in the video, but man, I started like there's like so much shit in this video that I still talk about to this day. Like, like in this part, it's me zooming in, just kind of talking about, okay, well, it's done this, now it's done that, now it's done this. This is what should happen next. Like, I really do have a system that really is like heavily focused on being conditional. You know, if this, then that. If that, then this. You know, it's always like there's a reaction to something every single time, and every time something happens, there's a higher probability situation that occurs right after, and there's a lower probability situation that sometimes, you know, rarely occurs after that same exact, you know, template or setup or whatever. So it's kind of just funny, but I was watching this video and it really blew my mind how I really am just sitting here talking about this same shit over and over again. But I definitely have a better way of putting my words together than I did in this video. Just because, like, and this at this point in time, I didn't have a system for that. Right, the system is that the system is draw this level, draw that level, expect this to this, expect this to that. You know, like that's how I talked, but there wasn't like a whole like playlist of videos like the BP theory videos that are like, well, this is what you should expect from this, and that. You know, once you see this and that, you should expect this. So that's what this whole video is, but it's fucking crazy how good this video holds up.
that we like to look for, but there's not really a good example here to show you that. So make sure you check out that playlist as well. And I'm not trying to, ramble. forever. But definitely check out some of the playlists. The buy
I
the
do
dip
like to
strategy,
ramble
the
forever.
40%
This is a 44-minute
entry,
playlist,
the 80%
44-minute
entry. These are
video.
all talked about in different playlists. Again, we have day trading, swing trading, buy the dip strategy, how to chart, all those good things. So make sure you go through that info. And
But
this is
yeah,
basically
what I was trying to say though to Timmy is make sure to check out some of the different stuff on the channel or in that core server, which I think you're in there. I'm not sure. There's just your resources. You know, there's places to watch these things, like BB Theory, all that good shit. But yeah, and that I mean, like the levels are good. You know how we think about things are good. Candlestick pattern knowledge, like that's really good. If you use indicators or volume, great. You know, good for you. But the template of everything should be like the meat of what you're relying on for your trading decisions or intuition on where you think something can or can't go based on context, which is another big thing. Like if you're not using context to trade, if you don't use context at all, you really are screwing yourself. And I know I say this example a lot, but it's a really good clear example. Like when you watch like a murder film, like in the beginning, sure, you have no fucking idea who did what. Like you just know people are getting capped left and right. You have no clue who's doing it. By the middle of the movie, you probably have a couple of crumbs that kind of give you an idea or a direction on where it can go. And then by 75% of the movie, you know, you should probably have a pretty general idea on, you know, what one or two people it could be or who's doing what or what are they doing or, you know, whatever. It's the same thing as that. It's the same thing as like gathering context clues and then just kind of understanding there's a higher probability outcome and there's a lower probability outcome. And you're trying to trade towards that higher probability. Instead of just saying, red candle break level, go short. Okay, but what got you there? You know, oh, it broke level. Then we had an inside bar. Then it retook that level. Okay, that is bullish in essence of itself. That's it, right? But what else did it retake? Current day open. You know, that's another thing too. Is like value certain levels over others. You know, like the current day open and the previous day control point, wherever the hell that is on this chart. It's probably like right here somewhere. Like these are the two most important levels to trade from or trade to because they are the most directional value levels. We value them a lot. So that's another thing too. And I don't even really promote myself well enough on my videos, but like if you just go to like the recent videos, just do public. That's literally what all these most recent videos talk about. That's literally all these talk about. Well, maybe not that one, but yeah. And this kind of dives deeper into it, but this is literally everything. It's just in a couple more videos. Like that's why I kind of am at a point where like there's no point in me making more videos because I've literally made every video probably 10 times over. Each template of trade in my community, there's like a whole playlist of me live trading it. There's the retest types videos posted twice. You know, there's the candlestick handbook, which is a guide made by Leland. You know, it's just like, and that's free. You don't even have to sign up or anything to get that. You can just join the Discord, download the free PDF and from TradeFloor, and then you can leave if you want. You don't even got to stay. But that PDF is pretty helpful. Yeah, not even just to Timmy, but to literally anybody in here, regardless of being new or being someone who's been here before, or maybe you haven't left. You know, you've been here the whole time. You just want a refresher. That's fine. But make sure you guys go through that stuff. And if you're in the course server, you know, go through that stuff. The course info is still very helpful. The quiz materials type, you know, type template people like going through the quizzes. That's fine. Uh, the BB Theory playlist is definitely a must. I would have that near everyone's like top of your list. If you don't have access to that, just ask how to get it or if where it is or whatever. But everybody in here needs to have gone through the BB Theory playlist at least like twice. I mean, that is like the playlist. I have put every bit of energy, and I don't script videos either. Like, I find it so impossible. Though my videos would probably be better, like to actually write things down, read it out as I'm going. But like, I really do just kind of like freestyle every video. I hate it. I hit record. I go. I don't really do a whole bunch of added on shit after that. And yeah, and feel free to check out the other playlist too. That maybe doesn't relate to whatever I just talked about, but There's tons of playlists for all kinds of things. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And another thing too, no expectations, no like goals. Like it's good to have a dream, it's good to have passion and stuff like that, but you shouldn't be sitting here going, I have a goal of making 15% every day. Like that might not happen every day. You might not even get a good setup every day. So don't set an expectation of yourself where you feel you have to do something, right? You can have like fun goals of like, let me try to go for this or let me try to get to this point, but not to the point where it's actually affecting your decisions, okay? No rushing, no forcing, nothing like that. I took my face paper trade this morning. I'm personally proud of my reasoning. Would love to react straightforward. Let me see. Where is that playlist? You either have to be a YouTube. Wait, you're a YouTube member, Timmy, so you have access to it. Um, Here, you know what? Since I don't feel like reposting it on the membership thing, because I've done it like 10 times now, I'm just going to copy the unlisted link for you. And because I know you have access, I'm going to DM it to you on Discord. Do not share that link. I will find out. But there you go. And let me check out your trade now. We actually got a couple to look at here. I actually have a couple up here as well. There's like a bunch from last week. The one from D-Touch from today. Paper trade from opening rally. Reasoning was a pump from open combined with the hold PDC at PDC. This is actually really good reasoning. This is how you should always type. I actually don't have any criticisms for this. Yeah, because you need to be talking about like, all right, what level is it at? What is it near? What is it holding? What is it breaking? So we have context. Like, I should be able to like just read this and kind of understand what the hell you were doing on your chart, and you can very well actually. You're entering like consolidation type candles after it's holding that level. I can picture that. Pointing out what are your targets, just kind of, just so you have a road ahead. You're not just blindly going up. Finally, I had a slightly bullish sentiment, and yeah, you said that up here too. Or wait, maybe I'm thinking of a different trade. But yeah, having the bullish sentiment, and really, you want to have sentiment from market open. But I do appreciate you mentioning that. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fire. There's not a single wrong thing with that. Tesla flying. Thank God we're not shorting it anymore. Actually flying, bro. It's green now. Holy shit! Aren't you guys glad we got the hell out of that? Sheesh. All right, let's make fun of Nard now. You meant high or low right here, right? I think he bought the higher low and then he sold it high at the high of day when he hit it, which that's fine. Got calls of the highs, bounced before the high. Why are all your E's threes? What is this? Got calls at the highs, bounced before the high, and sold the new high. Wait, say that again. Okay, so kind of what I did on that other trade is kind of like getting the end of the move. Damn. Okay. Shit. Shit, Nard. Yeah, I just saw that, Christian. Isn't that crazy? Thank the heavens I'm not shorting that anymore. Stressla? Dude, I know. Imagine being in that shit. Imagine if we were in that still. That would actually just be like unsellable. Like you just lost everything. That's crazy. Like the stream. Thank you, Keon. I appreciate you, bro. Hope you're doing well. My phone is wide. I don't have big fingers. Oh, okay. Now you're good. I was just making funny. That was pretty funny. Because there was a lot of like E's that would be threes. So it's just kind of funny. It's all good, dude. Trying to learn how to get at the beginning of the move. I just got the continuation. I just get the continuation. Your first trade was. Your first trade was pretty good ahead of it, wouldn't you say? That's why I said you kind of did what I did. Like you caught like a really good like before it did its thing kind of trade, and then your second one's like a continuation type trade, which isn't the worst. But I definitely would just chill now. You know why push your limits? I get that though. I get that. Stressla indeed. Thank you guys again, by the way, for all the likes and stuff on the stream. 29 likes. Y'all are fucking nuts. Remember, 45 likes brings movie night number 2. I low key had to bump it up to 45 because I'm pretty sure the only reason y'all hit 40 was because, and I won't say who, but I'm pretty sure one of you got onto like multiple accounts and just liked my stream like legit 7 times. So I bumped it up by like 5. Both of them feel like continuations, but I never get a start of a move. I thought your first one was. I'm pretty sure your first one was before continuation. Never get a start of a move. You need to focus on being patient then. Because if you're only catching continuations, that means you're not waiting for retests, or you're too late for retests. Like you're waiting too much. So it could be the other way around. I liked it on my mom and my grandma's account. Yeah, I won't name names, but there's someone in here who, and it's no hate. I know you guys aren't doing this out of like malicious way, but the point of the light goal was to have like new people come in here and like it as well to join the movie night, not have you guys go on backup accounts. I do appreciate the love, but that was like the point of it. But back to what Bob Johnson was talking about though. I would definitely check out that retest video again, Bob, if you haven't. I mean, I know you've probably watched it 100 times. But seriously, like, you need to be just focusing on retest trades if you feel that way. Or, and this is what, if you've seen Grass Fed in the community, not every trade she posts is this, but she's gotten really, really, really good at it to where, like, if she did just do this one trade, like, you wouldn't see me complain. You know, you're not going to see me go, hey, try out some other trades. Like, no. But, like, checking out your own niche trades, you know, what kind of, if you can see you're taking continuation trades and you're able to see this, you know, you're capable. So you should be able to identify a different type of niche trade and to just focus on taking that instead of continuation or getting in late type trades. Because, yeah, those are stressful. You did good today, so I'm wanting to kill you on marbles. Yeah, I made money today, so I want you guys to just get ready for a marble session later. Which, I don't know if we're doing marbles today, but we'll see. We don't really have like a threshold for y'all getting marbles in a stream. We need to do that. If someone types the keyword that's in my head, we'll play marble. Like, I mean, we need to do something like that. Grass fed is a legend, bro. Black. No, I know, but like, it's a good pattern to follow, though. You know, find a niche trade that you can get really comfortable with, and then get good at it. And then, if you want to, adapt beyond that, do it. I was just using her as an example because that's not the only type of trade she takes, but like, she's really good at those buy the dip base build type setups. And that's just a template in our community. That's like a normal trade. But people don't realize how powerful that is. Like, I don't make it out to be like super special because I don't want a bunch of dummies coming in here. But like, if you work at it, like, it's a very special type of trade. But you have to be patient. She's very patient, so she can do that. I only trade to play marbles. Valid. But that's what you need to do. You need to find your niche retest type trade. Do you like short term retest trades? Probably not, from what I'm hearing. So focus on midterm retest trades, which is kind of what Christian was like looking at a little bit when he was looking at that fib. Like, that's a really good fib to use for midterm retest trades, which is my favorite type of retest because it's comfortable when you're wrong. It's clear and calculated when you're right. I mean, it doesn't just feel good. It's like you're kind of expecting it because you're like, this retest is really good. Not like in a biased, I can't be wrong way, but like in a, I feel like this should definitely go my direction kind of way. Or the base build by the dip. Yeah, maybe see if that's your kind of thing. Like, those take a while to set up. Sometimes you don't get them in the first part of the day. So you got to be careful. But if you're ever around midday or end of day, those should be a really big setup that you're looking for, or either a lead test or a base build by the dip. There should be the only two types of setups you're looking at, midday or end of day. And what are two levels? Like, if I ask you the question, what are a couple levels that you should be trading around a lot of the time? Like, do you even know what answer to that? What are the main levels that you should be trading around? trading from, trading towards, it doesn't matter. They need to be at least part of the game plan. But what are these couple levels that we like to use a lot? I know we grab a lot of different levels on the screen, but like, what are the most important levels? Like, do you even know? Like, can you guys answer that? I know a couple of you know, so don't cheat it for other people. But CDO and PDCP, exactly. And on days we get it, a gap 50%. So a lot of your trades should be either coming from that area or to that area or towards that area to one of those levels. And then the gap 50% on days that we get that, which you're not going to have that every day. Which again, that's like a trick question. When I say like, what are the two key levels? You have to know I'm talking about CDO and the previous day halfway point. Because those are the two you have every single day, no matter what. You don't always have a gap 50%. So you can't always expect to just have that there. Now, in this market, we have a lot of them because, news and stuff, but you need to have this written down in your head. So every time you're going for a trade or thinking about taking a trade, it needs to be from or to one of those levels. A template, like, do you understand the difference between open range breakout, 40% entry versus a 80% entry? What type of 80% entry is that? Is that a single candle retest, a midterm retest, a full term retest? What part of the day is this? If you're just zoomed in on like something like this doesn't help me. Where is this from the open? Oh, the open's up here and it did a big rally all day long and then it kind of made some lower highs and then it dumped and it eventually got back up here. Now it's doing this. Okay, now I have context on, oh yeah, this is more bearish than bullish. Now I have context because I can see what the hell happened from before. If I'm just looking at this, of course I'm going to be bearish because all I see is bearish. But you can't really trust that because it's not really going off of anything. You got to go off of something. And then if that something is retaken, if that something is invalidated, guess what? Your outcome is invalidated. Your trade is invalidated. Your idea of, oh, this should go down is invalidated. Get the fuck out. Not, oh my God, I looked at my trade. I'm down 45%. Let me get out. What? That should not be your trigger. That's not something you can consistently base off of. For consistent results, you need consistent methods. So you wouldn't one trade do this and the next trade go do something else. No, you're good, VC. I'm bullish or bearish depending on where we are over/under those levels. Exactly. And that's a good like starting bias. But then you can base stuff off of that. Later in the day, let's say we already broke those levels once. And then we're back up and we're holding them this time. Why are you going to sit there and say, oh, well, we should fall because we fell the first time? No. It just retook it and now it's basing and holding it. If anything, it's the opposite. It being back up above these levels after being so bearish should make you even more bullish. The bearish invalidation brought upon a bullish validation and vice versa. But yeah. That was a long rant, but that's honestly good to talk about. But I hope that helps anybody, not just Bob and Timmy and anybody else who's just recently in here, but I hope that helps anybody else who's in here. But yeah, shout out to you guys. And damn, this really went to 211. And I challenge you too. Now that I'm doing the watch list again, I challenge you to go back and at the end of each day or whenever you have time, like go and mark those levels and like review and be like, all right, where could I have bought calls here and there? Where could I have done this there? And like review. If you're not reviewing more than you're trading, you're not really helping yourself. Live reps are not the only way of getting good practice. Bob, appreciate it. Thank you, Billy, for the talks today. I'm leaving for the day, but I'm so excited to be back in the chat. Love the community. Thank you all. Have a good day. You too, bro. Thank you for being here. You do that daily? Good. Yeah, it's definitely helpful. You used to tell us to go back and tell the story of the chart. That was very helpful for me. It really is like kind of crazy to think about it like that. Like, because if you sit here and you zoom in, and let's say you're just like you're looking at just this, right? No shit, you're gonna be bearish. We all are. Like, you're not a rocket scientist for saying that, right? But if you can go back and like have like a starting point, or when the day's done, and kind of like understand from where did it do certain things. So like from the open, what did it do? It lost pre-market, and then it had an inside bar. Okay, nice. Now you're kind of thinking like, all right, 50-50. Maybe you're a little more bearish because it fell like that, but you're definitely like, okay, it's 50-50 now. Then this happens. What just happened? It retook good bullish price action, but it also retook what? The current day open. Like perfectly. It's almost screaming at you in the first 15 minutes that it's trying to go up. Go up to what? Whatever the next level is. What's the next level? 206.16. So now that it's hit this, right, and you get up to this point, it hits this, should we be sitting here thinking like, oh my God, it has to go up to 211? No, it should go through a cool down phase or a consolidation phase first. Then if it wants to make that chance at going to a higher level, sure. The higher probability says yes, it should slow down to some extent, whether that's going to the 50% of the breakout from here to here, whether that's just going down to a recent consolidation area, whatever, going back down to the level where it bounced from and then doing that, sure. But something else needs to happen first in the higher probability scenario. Of course, there's a smaller probability scenario where it does just pump. There is another smaller probability where it does just straight up dump and not hold, right? We're just talking about the higher probabilities right now. But yeah, telling the story is a really cool way to think about things. When the day is closed, especially, because like it's really easy to go back here and criticize yourself because of things that have already happened. But if you can go back and like actually critique yourself over the price action in a constructive way, then it's helpful. But if you just go back and you're like, well, of course I bought here and then I sold here. Wow, you're a perfect trader. That doesn't really help anything. But yeah, that's another cool way of putting it, Garden. Thank you for remembering that. Just again, yeah, telling the story of the chart. Have a starting point, have templates for things that you like to kind of call out. Like if candlestick patterns, call it out. If you know a retest or open range breakout, call it out. Stuff like that. Make it easier to say this shit, to go through it. I'm honestly so impressed by this chart right now. And before I even give the reason, because I think this is something cool to talk about. Like when we were shorting this and we were taking profits and we were out, we're done, because we were done before this even got down here. What's another cool thing that like I was so fearful of, right? Not, I mean, I had every reason to be bearish on this chart by itself, but like to kind of peel back another layer, like what was a good reason to not be as bearish, even though this gave us every reason to be like super, super bearish, which again is why I was kind of like, let me get in, let me get out, let me get in, let me get out. I don't want to hold this too long. What was another thing happening around the market that's kind of like keeping us on the edge in terms of like a bias for the day? Because it's easy to be bearish just on this chart alone looking at this, but like what kind of had us in the back of our mind always thinking like, well, this could pump anytime, but this could reverse, without trying to just scare ourselves into just, actual insanity. If you peel back a layer, the market had 50-50 energy all day today. Whenever tech went up, everything else went down. Whenever everything else went up, tech went down. Today was not a clear sight day, but tech was definitely in complete control. So, like, kind of having in the back of our mind that, tech's been green, it's been at a higher open, it had all this good stuff going for it, kind of keeps in the back of your mind, even when you are taking a short setup that even isn't in tech, just kind of looking at other short setups, that should still have a slight bias against you, right? If my overall bias of the day is we fell, but tech is up, so I got to kind of keep our understanding that yes, this could probably go up higher. Yeah, that does ruin a little bit for me on short setups. You got to remember that it does affect the other charts. So even though I wanted Tesla to go down to like whatever it was, 414, there's also that other side of the story that you can look at and be like, all right, well, oh, I could have caught that. So it's kind of another thing to look back at too. So I don't know. It's cool looking back at all the different variables and then trying to remember that for the future to kind of like not make that mistake again. Even though you probably will. We're only human. But yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. I know I'm not the greatest with words sometimes. 99% of the time. $31 likes on the stream. Thank you guys, seriously. I'm honestly always just impressed when we even get near 30. Because I know we got plenty of people who stop by just a thumbs up. But seriously, thank you guys again. That's just incredible. I need to make some more shorts for the channel. Did anyone in here watch the last short? That one was actually such a great one. I was so proud of myself for finding that template. I mean, I didn't invent the template, but yeah. That last short I put up was actually so awesome to listen to. I don't even know what the hell that song is. It's a vibe, though. Literally so tough. Yeah, I need to make some more shorts. Those are pretty fun. They take a while because I'm such a not a perfectionist, but like I always have to try to find a template that I think is funny or that I like. I can't just find one that's popular and then post it. Like if I don't like the popular, I'm like, eh. Because it's not about the views. I generally want it to be like decent to watch. Someone like should be able to go to my shorts tab and just like go through it and not be like completely bored out of their mind. Which you probably are bored out of your mind if you made it down to just watching my shorts feed alone. Let's be honest. Since we're in kind of like a little after the morning part of the day, into the first days of the day, I am just gonna look at about the 15-minute for a little while now. I really like opening up the time frame as the day opens up more. because it really just kind of displays everything you probably kind of already knew, but like in a stronger method. Like I know we're up, and I know we're up because of holding certain levels, and I know we're up because of certain sectors. But it's kind of nice to see it from a like 15 or 30 minute POV, where you can see that from a candle, candle strength as well. It's not just large green candle; it's large green candle and good retest candle. So I don't see why it shouldn't go up. Now it looks like, oh, 743. We could make that by the end of lunchtime. So yeah. And yeah, like I said, 743 is on the table. Keep in mind, we just ended the first phase of the day, so we can see some consolidation first. Loss of 738.30s would signal a slowdown for the day. Just kind of rereading out what I typed. Dude, thank the heavens we're not shorting that shit anymore. Yo, 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 what's up, stream? Sorry, I was typing some stuff on Twitter and Discord. I didn't want it to be loud, so I muted my mic. Then I realized, wait, without my mic being unmuted, it's literally just an eerie silence in here. So, here I am again. I never left. I just didn't want you to hear oh, my Uzi typing. What's up, though, everybody in stream? How you guys doing? We are at the end of the first phase of the day. I mean, it already is over. Getting closer to about 11. Are we doing marbles or duck races or anything today, or are we just doing none of that? I low-key need to check some daily time frames first. I don't even know why I look at this list. I already have this set for what I need. I got that and that. Damn, Disney would have been a good short against 108. Or 109, 108.70. Coca-Cola looks like a good short. It's really hard to sit there, though, and be like, let's short a staple stock. Like, I don't really recommend it. Because sometimes you'll get a good short setup and it'll move, and you'll be like, why did my con move that well? Like, brother, it probably was priced in, like, heavily. Not saying every move is, I'm just saying. Low key, though, this one looks really good. Where's the drawdown from this high to this low? I knew it. I knew it. I knew we were itching our head against something there. And since this isn't the first time it's done this, this might be the time it goes down. That's a hard one to short, though. To sit there and say out loud as a human being in 2026, short Coca-Cola, that's a tough signal. But I guess we could keep that on a list. I'm not a fan of shorting staples, even though you can definitely make money doing it. Here's another. This is a staple, right? Yeah. Another staple at support. This is the cigarette company. Actually, that's kind of fucked up and disrespectful to say just cigarette company. Altria is a little bit more than just that. So I take that back. But only partially. Honestly, VC, do you want to know who's buying the market this high? It's late buyers. It's your average everyday person. Yeah, sure, there's some big money in there too. But the people who are too scared to buy when things look like shit have started buying it too late. So that's why we're going up, to be honest with you. Like from a social sentiment point of view, there's a lot of people buying late. I would like to point out things have not changed around the globe. So I would wait for like one more market discount. But I think when I say market discount, people hear, oh, we're going to go back to where we fell to. No, I don't think we're going that low. I don't even think we're going to make a new low or anything like that, or go down to where we did fall on SPY or your larger ETFs. I just think I do believe one more pullback in the market is very possible due to how much late buying is happening. I wouldn't say it's because of, oh, Trump, or oh, because of Iran, or oh, because of this. I would just say there is one more market discount somewhere around the corner. Again, I don't know when. I could even be wrong. That's just my personal opinion. I believe there is one more market discount to happen. I'm not even going to sit here and be like, yeah, it should happen between the next 2 months. No, I have no fucking idea. But I'm further backing up that opinion because of the late buying. There's a lot of late buying happening. Sold half June Queb 80% and half July Queb 60%. W, bro. W. Let me look at that again. It's the Chinese tech ETF, internet ETF. I just call it Chinese tech. Good shit, bro. W, Matty Ice again, dude. You're honestly just on fire all around right now. New truck, new Matty. W, Matty, seriously. You're on absolute crack. and good remembering too. I feel like it's so easy to forget about some of the different like areas of the market. I mean, right there with you, Chinese tech, like that's easy to forget, especially with like how like downtrending some of the Chinese market's been for so long. So it's easy to forget about that stuff. Good memory though. Those are my favorite kinds of like stock picks too. Whenever someone like mentions a stock and it's like something I swear I haven't heard of in forever, and it's like, damn, why haven't I paid attention to this? I love those kinds of plays because then you're like, damn, like you feel like you like just re-dug up a gem. You know, it's a really good feeling, and it probably doesn't help with bias at all. It's probably bad, but it's a good feeling. Good shit though, Maddie. And yeah, what's everyone up to in stream? What you guys up to? You guys still trading? Or you guys just kind of chilling now? Waiting on marbles. Hi again. What's up, Data J? I'm just kind of chilling now. We'll see if we do marbles. I don't know. If someone gives a million, no. If someone gives 1.5 million memberships right now, we'll play marbles. Actually, dude, imagine if someone did gift that many. Like, you're like a really, really big content creator and someone did that. Would that crash YouTube? Because they'd have to like generate like 1.5 million names on someone's YouTube feed or Twitch, even. Like, dude, that would be fucking crazy. What's the most someone's gifted at once? That had to have caused a crash. That would actually be nuts. What is poet? I'm a poet, don't you know it? Poet technology. It's got technology in the name. It's all I need to know. It's tech. Buy it. Looks like international tech. This looks like something Tobias would call out. I bet if I went to Tobias's channel and typed in POET, I bet he's typed this once before. This just looks like a Tobias mention. Put on my watch list. Should I have it in my portfolio? Yeah. It's kind of insane. Here, I'll go back to a normal chart and then we'll investigate. They design, develop, manufacture, and sell semiconductor products and services for commercial application in the United States, Canada, the rest of North and South America, Europe, Malaysia, Singapore, China. Why doesn't it just say the whole world except and then just name like a continent? Basically everywhere. So yeah, they seem pretty important. Electronic and photonic devices, single multi-chip module. I've definitely heard of the name, but I don't know. Yeah, that is an insane not even recovery, just insane move it's had over the past few months. That's gonna be coin. Everyone's gonna forget about coin and this shit's gonna go up a bunch. It's literally doing it too again. I feel like the same kind of thing happening over here. Now it's like raised. I was gonna go post it, but username already beat me to it, so but yeah, I like coin a lot too. It went from like 16 to 6 back to 14 in 2 weeks. Coin is knocking on that level. Yo, is Nard in here? Yeah, Nard. That's who it is. Nard. Nard, are you in stream? God, that makes it look ugly. It's not ugly, I swear. Oh my lord. Oh my Lanta. What in the shish kebab? I think everybody knew that this would recover. Like I doubt anybody actually thinks this would never recover, but I bet a lot of us thought it was going to happen a lot sooner. I miss features so much, but these cheap options got to do it for now. Got to do for now. I might have a swing this week, Maddie. So definitely be on the lookout for the sectors and swings channel. Remember, it's in that new channel now, or not really new channel, but I just added it to that channel. Loki, I'm liking coin, Maddie. Not gonna front. Not gonna front. And the weekly and the monthly is actually kind of a vibe. I'm gonna go back to the 3 months. Sorry for switching so much. IWM still inside of the Thursday candle, almost said Friday. It felt right to say Friday, but then I was like, wait, that's not right at all. You got your shares? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, speaking of shares, what would you say is the most discount play you're in that you actually believe in? Maddie, out of all the things you have, what's the one that's down the most that you actually believe in? I'm not probably bad timing that I pulled up Rivian. I didn't mean to do that on at that exact timing, but not in. But rum looks good. Alcoholic. Oh, you meant the stock. Rumble. Isn't this the like app, like dating app thing? It's like Tinder. Do people even still use these kind of apps? Is that even what this is? I should probably just shut up till I look. No, I was wrong. There's no way this is the same company, right? Let's see. Oh, wait. Wait, Rumble's like a website. What the fuck? Rumble's like a knockoff of YouTube? Look, this is Rumble. Look, it looks like YouTube. It's exactly like YouTube. Isn't this like sue worthy? So this is what this looks like to someone who's never been here before. Trump, liberal, Democrat. I mean, there is a lot of politics on here, and I have not even clicked anything yet. This is worse than YouTube. Like when you go to YouTube, at least like it shows my shit, and it's not like political shit everywhere. And you can actually even tell the political shit to like f off. Like, there's no way I have religion and crypto and a dog video all in the same line. Like, that's a crazy. This is a crazy feed. Get me off this. That's cursed. I'm not investing in that. Short it. Short the shit out of that. It's way better than YouTube? No way. There's no way that is. Maybe for the streamer, but honestly, fuck the streamer. I'm talking from the consumer point of view. Not everybody's a streamer. Most money's going to come from non-streamers. Most money's going to come from your average everyday person like you or me. That's why I always bitch about the things that are on YouTube updates. Like, some of the recent updates have actually finally been good. But like, there's so much more that can be added to YouTube to make it so much more user friendly. Like, when you guys come into the chat, you know that stupid leaderboard thing that we had on? I mean, I could turn it back on, but that would make sense if it accumulated over the course of every stream, or maybe for that month or something. Like, you could like change the option, right? But it's not. It's for every stream. So for every stream someone's battling for their name to have the number 1 next to it, that's not user friendly. That's not going to make people want to type more. People are going to instantly say they don't care about it. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. No one cares about having the number 1 next to their name for that stream. Now imagine you had a leaderboard in your stream for the month or for the whole entire course of your channel. That would be something to flex. A viewer would actually give a shit about something like that. They'd be like, yo, I've been here for 10 months straight. And look, I'm number 3 on the leaderboard. I'm fucking killing it. Like, look at me. I'm here all the time. Check me out. That's something, someone would actually bring up. That's something that could have been done, but no. YouTube just wants to have it for every stream, which is a little weird. Something people don't care about. Like, that's just one tiny example. There's 100 more just like that. If they were to fix these little things all at once or just over time, like, dude, YouTube would have so many more people on here. YouTube is left leaning and Rum is right leaning. Yeah, but that's my point. I don't care. I can turn all that shit off. I don't have to. I haven't seen a political video on YouTube in like months. And I love it. Now, that's not YouTube's doing, though. That's my doing. I'm the one who's having to go in there and just watch like videos about everything else to make it force feed me that kind of shit, not political shit. Like, I don't want to watch that shit. Yeah, man, after a hard day's work and talking to my chat all day, I want to just sit here and watch political stuff. No. I want to turn my brain off and watch fucking someone die to a boss in Elden Ring 100 times. Let's just take a gander at some of the top weights in the market. We know Nvidia and Apple are, all-time high contestants here. Amazon up there, Microsoft's still on discount. I mean, for good reason, but they're still on discount compared to its larger weights. Meta technically is on discount compared to its weights. Tesla is still slightly on discount compared to other weights. I wouldn't say as much as the others that I just named. Your banks are on discount, but that's because the bank sector is actually pulling back. Healthcare is a sector that was pulling back over the past few months. You could see over the past few weeks, they're starting to look better. Tech, of course, flying to heaven. to the moon, to wherever is up. Netflix is, in my personal opinion, dollar cost average time. Buy shares of Netflix, but do not buy over 102 is what I'm doing. Coin bullish. Not really much to say on some of the tech stocks. Just that they're up like crazy. SPY and Triple Q, of course, eating off of that. Even small caps eating off that. Your IGV sector looking pretty discount worthy if the market continues like that, but we'll see. You'd say KMB down big on Whirlpool, slight belief still. LOL, they cut Divvy too. Oh, that's not a good sign. So that one will probably be rough for a longer period of time then. Let's see, you said KMB and that Kimberly Clark. Kimberly Clark Corporation. And what do these people do again? Sir Matty asks. Speed me up here. Catch me up to date, good sir. They're a staple. That's a good thing. Dallas, Texas. Oh, W. I hate the Cowboys, but good shit. But they're from Texas. Wait, they do like literally everything. It says personal care, but like this goes from diapers to towels, soap, sanitizers. Holy. Wait, low key, you might be cooking with this one. This is like a actual long term play. I for some reason have it charted. I have that demand over there. A liquidity grab of that would be golden. Dude, they do literally everything. If your house needs it, they have it. Yeah, good find. We might need to add this to the best shit ever. We haven't added anything to this list in a while. We might have to add this to the best shit ever watch list just to kind of, keep it fresh in the brain. Good looks, Maddie. I've got to ask that question to you. It's not cowboys, it's cowgirls. Damn right. I didn't even watch football the last like 2 seasons, I don't think, and I'm still hating on the Cowboys. Oh. My mouse keeps coming off the damn thing. There we go. All better. So now my mouse thing's all short. All right, I'll probably end the stream in the next like 14, 15, 20 minutes or so. So if you guys have any questions or if there's anything like, about anything that you want to talk about, or at least it's, that we actually talk about in here, feel free to throw it out. Of course, I don't have the secrets to the universe, so I don't literally mean anything. Have y'all been seeing all that UFO shit coming out? Just to kind of like change the topic. Let's go demon. Let's go doom scroll Twitter. That's funny. I like the wording of this one. Despite U.S. Iran peace talks appearing to stall, like it really is. I really called it. And I should have stuck to my guns, but like way at the beginning of this all happening, I said like it wouldn't surprise me if this is just like the China trade war, where like at first everything would be like really really bad, it would go down, everything would be on huge discount, and then it would just make an aggressive recovery, and then we'd like slightly just trend up forever, not really forever, but you know what I mean, for a while at a ridiculous pace. And that's how the China trade war was. Even though the news was like up and down, the market was just up. It was fucking crazy, and it'd take its dips here and there, but it would just keep going up. Let her buck. It is let her buck. I have all notifications on. I swear I don't get your tweets sometimes. Yeah, look, all notifications on. Racist, man. The Trump administration is planning to temporarily reduce tariffs on beef imports in an effort to bring down record high beef prices. W? Wait, does that mean McDonald's will go on even bigger discount than it's at right now? Because this was already dying before that news came out. Dude, imagine McDonald's in the 240s. Oh my god. $100 from the all-time high would be a vibe. No way, it just goes straight there, right? I mean, it did back here. Not impressed with the batch, but is expected from the government. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to find political posts. I was just that's some crazy shit on here. Dude, this shit makes me laugh every time I read this. Right here. Unbelievably weak and on life support. Like, why are we talking like this? I would also like to point out that future oil's going up, the stock market's going up, crypto has been going up, right? Crypto has been going up. I think it's also been shown in report. I mean, it's been clear as day now because of earnings already happening. But like you guys have seen, like most of this is because of like 6 or 7. I didn't mean to say that number. 6 or 7 different stocks companies. Like that's the main reason for this. But at the same time, it is so crazy because now it kind of shows that other things either on discount or these things are just way too ahead. But I just thought it was crazy that you don't really have any market like pulling back right now. Like Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin's going up. I mean, you could say it looks like shit. Sure, I agree with you, but it has been going up. Can't argue that. Your oil has been going up. It has been up. You know, go over to your SPY chart. SPY going up. Of course, you could, like I said, break that apart and just kind of show that. Well, yeah, duh, tech's been flying, so yeah, no shit. But it just kind of puts it in an easier light to see instead of just going like, oh my god, Trump Iran. You can actually see like what's really going on. It's really just like a couple things keeping this up. So that's why I've been saying like I'm on like red alert for like any kind of major market pullback. It's probably just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, probably. Like I would say we're near highs, near the all-time highs right now. Just for a safe guess. And it's not even because we're pumping or because we're up. It's like, I mean, it's just the facts. If you look at tech, like this chart is identical to the pump, right? It's not a coincidence. I mean, it is a large part of it. They're going to look like a lot. They're going to look like each other a lot of the time. But when you go to the other charts, you're like, huh, none of these look like that. So it really is just like one part of the market going up on equities. Which, like, no shit. I'm not like inventing fire by explaining that. I just wanted to point that out visually. But yeah, and I agree. Not impressed with the batch of surface cover. Peak materials up, but low key lagging. Why is that? It's probably just because of cost of fucking materials is getting crazy. Oil and all that stuff is a good indication of that too. Jesus, dude. Yeah, just look at FCX. Damn, yeah, good looks there, Maddie, on materials. Why isn't there an XLZ? That would go tough. And yeah, I'll probably end the stream here in a few minutes. So I was just seeing if anybody had any more questions or anything. I like to leave the end of the stream open for anybody who's just trying to get something out or wants to say something. I'll give you a few more minutes though. Thank you guys again though for all the likes on the stream. Seriously, that's a ton. Thank you guys for clicking on the stream today, being here, talking to me, hanging out. Hopefully the market treated you well today. Personally, I had 2 Tesla callouts on the stream today. Didn't really last that long. Posted the reviews in the Discord as well, on Twitter. I saw a few people in chat also share their reviews of what they were doing today, so that's cool. Looked through a few of those on stream. Talked about sectors today, talked about SPY, talked about honestly a lot of shit today. So I feel like my Monday streams are always full of info though. But it's probably also credit to you guys for, sometimes we'll get someone coming here and they'll ask just a really good question. It just kind of helps me lead into a good conversation. So honestly, a lot of the credit goes to you guys. But thank you guys again, seriously. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream, share the channel around. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna end the stream there. Talk to you guys later. If you guys are in the Discord, make sure to drop whatever you're looking at, share whatever, Share whatever you want. I'll see you guys later on. Have a good night. Have a great night. Have a great afternoon.